about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Tori's getting a slow clap going.
I love
Stephanie
it.
Jones down there looking like a lawyer.
I'll take it.
Oh, there you
I'll
go.
represent Gwyneth.
Objection. Looking good.
But that wouldn't be an objection.
Right, but you know.
It's sustained. Let's
Yeah.
keep moving. All right. It's day 7 for the ski crash trial with Gwyneth Paltrow. She's being sued for allegedly crashing into a man back in 2016. Do we need to explain what happened? It's month 8. All right. Today, Gwyneth arrived in court wearing a dark, high-collared sweater with puffy sleeves.
I love that we're getting the fashion and
Is that why you wore that?
No, but I love that you're commenting on it.
Yeah, we do it every day now. Yeah, it's a lot.
This is what we do here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Deposition from her 2 kids, Apple and Moses, were read in court yesterday. They didn't see the crash, but Apple said her mom was in a state of shock, upset, and in pain afterwards. I wasn't there, but I'll testify. Meantime, Gwyneth's lawyers played an animated reenactment of what they say happened on the Hill, showing Gwyneth, Terry, her kids, and their instructor. It also showed Terry coming from behind and crashing into Gwyneth. An engineer testified that Gwyneth's version of the crash also matched the laws of physics. Seth, what would you do if you saw something like this in court? Would it kind of sway you one way, even though you heard both sides, visually seeing that?
Absolutely, but my question more so is how much is all of that costing and who's paying for it?
Good question.
And also Moses and Apple were there because they were on the reenactment,
But
the
they didn't see
CGI
it.
thing.
Yeah, they missed the crash, but they were on the hill.
But they heard their mother's complaints of being
So if there's
in some
a
pain.
crash on the street over here, I'm a witness because I was here?
But you heard
Whatever.
the pain.
Yeah.
I heard she also went to the spa afterwards because she was in so much pain, which is so Gwyneth Paltrow in a way.
She needed a massage.
It's very
to everybody. Like
yeah.
if my skiing gets, derailed for any reason, I go to the spa and just try and shake it off a little bit. Yeah, what a way, to kind of, I feel like.
I love Al trying to find words for this.
He's like, in a way,
I honestly cannot believe we're still talking.
Yeah, I know.
I cannot believe they brought her kids into court to testify, even though they did not see this. I think this should be over, and I think maybe the judge should make an example, because we joke a lot about this, but honestly, I think like fake slap suits like this, just money grabs, are what clogs up our legal system.
But you
can't.
can't.
You have to make an
I gotta take
example.
I have to take the other side. We don't know this is so fake. Clearly, he was injured in some way. I don't think Gwyneth did it. Of
We
course,
don't clearly know that. We don't know that.
There's ribs broken and a brain bleed or an injury. So we do know
I don't
that.
think that's proven.
Well, doctors have come forward and said he is injured. We don't know.
But we don't know if it's from that accident.
Correct. The
But
cause
I'm
and
just trying
correlation
to.
is there.
We don't know that.
I'm just saying
happened.
this isn't a straight money grab because it's been brought up over and over again since 2016. This seems to have either some kind of weird connection that he can't let go of, but to me it's not as clear as that. So you sometimes have to let it play out. But my situation for this is, I agree with you, those animation ones can really, I think, be biased and can sway you in a different way. The Rust shooting had Alec Baldwin in CGI, and he looked too angry for the jury, and they actually said that's inadmissible in that part. So the other side can also make a CGI, though, so you can have from both sides.
Yeah. All right, we got it.
It's going downhill from here. That was Ira's skiing.
You should have worked it into the conversation instead of just blurting it out.
Right at the end of the conversation.
Ski poles. All right. Let's move on. Hugh Grant isn't a fan of cell phones on set. During an appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, he said phones have made movie sets weird. Let's watch.
In the old days, by the end of the second week, you were all getting drunk in the evening and having dinner and falling in love with each other and all that. And all that stopped because of telephones. Really, everyone goes home and looks at Twitter. It's so sad.
So if there weren't telephones on set, there'd be more affairs going on?
Yeah, I think so. Tarantino bans telephones from his sets, and quite right too. And the people there, they do all shag each other. So I'm told.
Wow.
Wow, sounded like Hugh had some fun on set in his day, huh?
Sounds like he's missing an awful lot of fun or shagging, as he said.
It certainly does. He seemed very remiss about that stuff.
He did.
Was that weird to you?
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think definitely that was old school Hollywood, right? We all know it.
Yeah.
And I think times have definitely changed I think for the better, because it was very convoluted, and if you're a woman in those situations, not an ideal situation at all. But I think it's true. Now, when you go out for dinner, even if you're sat with your family or friends, you look around. a lot of people are literally like this. They're not having conversations, they're not interacting with one another. And even now, since COVID, obviously, we've had a lot of the scanning of the menus, right? So immediately you go
on your
in,
phone, right.
you scan to see even the food, and then you're sat there, and then it turns into something else. And if you're with a teenager, that's it. There's no conversation, you've lost them.
I want to present maybe another side of that. I was thinking about this story, and yes, I'm 45. I miss the days of just talking to people, sitting across from them. It's like this work thing. Oh, how was that? How was your scene? Oh, well, give me some notes. But I don't know if you can do that in 2023. I don't know if that's a great idea. I think anything that could be perceived as flirting, anything that could be perceived as a power move of any kind, because honestly, like I move around this set, I never go, I'm a host, so like this person, we are all on the same level, because if the cameras ain't right, the sound isn't right, the hosts aren't right, nothing works. So I don't see a big hierarchy, but there could be somebody that'd be like, Al, I felt like he cornered me and intimidated. I would be worried about that. It's something I think about. So if I'm on a movie set, maybe it's better, just for legality reasons, for us to all stay apart, because you can't.
Great. So movies will suck and they will be not creative and not interesting.
Why would they?
I got to be honest. This with an ensemble in a movie and then going into a scene has not the chemistry that you have when you're going to dinner, when I'm chatting. Sometimes I'm on here and I'm talking to one of you guys, and I do it too. You're on your phone and I just feel kind of dismissed. And it's not that you're doing it on purpose. It's a block.
I am.
Okay, I got it. You both chimed in so fast. But it is a lack of connection. And what is art? It is creating connection. It's connectivity. And what happens to that is I don't know little things about Jeff. I don't know little things about Steph that could make a scene or work better in such a better way. I think.
But what if Steph doesn't want to talk about those little
then
things?
Then Steph can go in her trailer. There's other ways you can have a boundary
Everybody
than
on a movie
this.
set doesn't have a trailer.
Well, you can go into when you eat craft services. I went over and met with my friend's little kid. She's what, 3? And I go, can you imitate your mommy? And you know what she did? Hi, yep, okay, bye. And later when we went to dinner, she said, hold on everyone. Yeah, we just had dinner, and she pretended to tell someone everything we had just eaten. Because that's what we do.
2023, like we're sounding really, people's businesses are on their phone. How they connect with their kids.
Business is different than
People
movie
are looking
making,
at their dogs in daycare on their phone.
But cinema is different than business. You have to be honest with me.
Cinema is big business.
No, but there's got to be an arts there. I agree with you. I'm just saying
it's not a community theater.
Well, listen.
Yes, it's definitely an ensemble. When you're in a Tarantino Hateful Eight film, those people are an ensemble.
Yeah, and Timothy Oliphant, who was in the Hollywood movie, what's it called?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
He was on. He said you'll get thrown off set by Tarantino if you're on your phone.
Yeah.
So obviously there's something to it, to your point. But I do appreciate Hugh Grant's like old school.
Me too.
Like people are like, oh, he's such a jerk on the red carpet. I think he's just being him.
He's just
and you
him,
know
yeah.
what? I'd rather have someone be a little bit more jerky and a little bit more themselves than be like, oh my God, you look great. Your movie was so great and everyting you do is great.
You want a bit of
that is making me
authenticity.
sick.
Yeah,
that's
Jeff,
making me
Jeff,
sick.
can I ask you?
Go for it.
Did you think the eye rub was a little bit of a tell?
Well,
He was uncomfortable.
Well, it's kind of like he doesn't even want to be there, which is kind of cool too. I don't know. I shouldn't
above
say
it
I
all.
like Hugh Grant, but I'm just like, I'm so tired of the fluff answer and everyone loves everything, because you don't. Sometimes you're just like, I don't know. I just wanted to shag that girl.
It's the Larry
Not me,
David.
him.
It's the Larry David.
Somebody will isolate
He's being
that and
honest.
send it to
Who
Jordan.
talks like that? You
Right.
can't talk like that, to your point, anymore.
Right.
You can't do that. All right. And now I was just imitating Hugh. All right. It looks like Jennifer Aniston isn't a fan of Adam Sandler's fashion choices. Adam showed up to the premiere of their new movie, Murder Mystery 2, wearing a New York's Nick sweatshirt. While talking to E.T., Jen roasted him for his outfit. Let's watch.
What the hell are you doing? I'm not standing next to him. I didn't do it. Mark! Oh my! I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Sweatshirt, Mark. Sweatpants. What? You said it. You texted me. I didn't. Please wear your sweatshirt. I said, please don't wear your sweatshirt. You said don't. Oh.
Steph, you're our fashionista. That's Adam Sandler, though.
It is. I remember when Jason Sudeikis wore, it was like COVID,
hoodie, yeah.
and he was wearing a hoodie when he was
remember it.
accepting his award, and everyone was like, he's being Ted Lasso, leave it alone. And I was like, he's getting an award, like, step it up. I mean, it is Adam Sandler,
Does he get a pass? I'm
Yeah.
curious, because Steph, you have very fixed rules, so I'm curious.
I just think when it's the red carpet, just a little bit of elevation, please. I'm begging you.
It wouldn't be off-brand though if he came in like
Again,
a
I
suit.
like keeping it real. I like keeping it real.
I mean, let's be honest, Jennifer is stealing the show.
She She
looks unbelievable.
Steph, I
She
can't.
is like a fine wine. She's just
can't.
getting better and better.
I'm with you. I saw Jennifer and I was like, I don't even care who that is. I thought she is looking so fabulous.
She's having her moment.
Ugh.
Well, hats off to Adam Sandler for downplaying it so she could shine.
Exactly.
He's never going to shine.
I think the Knicks thing is like kind of rebellious of like, I don't care at all about you,
I think
Hollywood.
he could have classed it
I
up
don't
a
No,
care
that's
about
what
you.
he does. He wears Hawaiian shirts,
Yeah, he doesn't
everywhere,
care.
hoodies.
Yeah.
Couldn't he have put a blazer on with the hoodie and kind of had that cool
That would have been
look?
cool.
Yeah.
Early
That would have been
Chappelle
cool.
90s look with just a hoodie. Knicks have a matching like kind of Knicks orange blazer or something. I think
That's
you can
more Al
kinda-
Jackson style.
Yeah, but red carpet.
Red carpet, you're going to do a
show
little
out.
something.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
are the Knicks a basketball team?
Wow. Yes.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know if the Nets were the New York Nets basketball team. I'm
They
sorry.
are.
So
They're-
there's
they're-
two?
It's in
New
I'm
Jersey.
sorry, that's a little confusing.
And it's actually the Brooklyn Nets. It used to be New Jersey, then the Brooklyn
Oh,
Nets.
so think there's a story here. So I was right to be
And they're the
confused.
Knickerbockers.
Oh boy.
So you're saying there's more than one starting pitcher?
Ski pole.
That's a line from Veep. And she didn't even get it. Okay.
Coming up on DBL, does Olivia Wilde really feel betrayed by her best friend, or her friend, not best friend,
I was
Emily
gonna say, you
Ratajkowski,
stepped that up.
after seeing her make out with her ex Harry Styles? The story, we're going with best friend. And Tori's giving us all the deets on the New York Knicks. No, Kelly Clarkson's new album, in her segment, Actually.
So it's a burn album. Somebody roll the clip.
Let's make sure we have Jeff's sex tape.
Wow, things are getting spicy here at DBL.
Cold-hearted snake, look into his eyes.
Let's roll that again, everybody.
I've said this before, but one time a roommate stopped talking to me in New York after college, and she would pretend to be on her phone, and the way I know she was pretending was it rang when she was on the phone, pretending.
I do that when I go to Trader Joe's and the people want my signature for, I don't know what
You
they're
just go like
talking
this?
about. I just walk in, I'm like, no, and like I'm mad. I'm a good
You like
actor.
commit. You commit.
This is the best acting I ever do.
Let's
Yeah,
see
I'm
it.
just like, what are you talking about? Why would you give him that? You know he's gonna swallow it. I can't right now. Yeah, why
There's
would
a
you do
whole
that?
storyline.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God,
totally
you
good.
have a narrative.
Oh yeah.
He's got an arc to his character.
Because I'm mad, so they don't want to approach me. You know what I mean? And then I go in there and I'm like,
Jeff, my only problem is you do that once a week, so
Jada
they're going to be
Walls.
like, there's that guy that keeps letting his kid swallow.
no, I have different
They
scenarios. I have
label
different
him.
scenarios.
I love that you've got it all planned out.
Yeah. Do you talk to the people waiting for you at Trader Joe's, like the people who want you to sign for
Literally,
whales?
no one's ever asked me to sign anything.
I've never walked in there without.
I can't even
The
get
people with the
past it.
clipboards that are like, do you have a minute for Greenpeace? And
Oh, right. I thought you meant when people recognize those. I was like, guys.
no.
I was like, are you guys that famous? Like, no one cares about me.
DBL? Why did you swallow that penny?
I would be like, come here,
No, they
baby.
want to sign for all these crazy.
I literally thought people were coming up to you asking your
oh my
help.
God,
Jeff really
no.
doesn't like
I just
it.
wish we hadn't addressed it, and Steph went her whole life going, are they getting recognized every
At
second
Trader
of the
Joe's.
Jeff has paparazzi outside Trader
He's like,
Joe's.
please. So
Steph,
like,
don't you hate the
Trader Joe's
drones flying over your house?
The flashes give me like a headache. But I went out to eat the other day in a really good place called River and Woods in Boulder, and a woman.
I did a show there. It's
Did
great.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, so a woman
They
looks
got
at
that
me
whole
like
back
this.
area.
Yeah.
They used to do a comedy
and
show
it looks
back
like
there.
camping. So a woman goes like this to me, and I knew she recognized
We're out of
me,
time.
but I couldn't say I'm Tori. So she wrote me later, but I wanted to be like, I know that you know. You know what I mean? That you know that I know.
She was asking
I know you.
Welcome back. Burn songs. We love music about past loves, and burn albums, even better. But actually, who's releasing the diss tracks this time? The #1 song on Billboard's Top 100 for the last 8 weeks has been Miley Cyrus's hit song Flowers, about her ex-hubby that is a third-degree burn. Ow! But a whole new album of burn songs is dropping soon that may put up a bit of competition for Miley from Kelly Clarkson. She announced that her new album will touch on all the feels from her divorce from Brandon Blackstock.
The album is called Chemistry. This album is definitely the arc of an entire relationship. Chemistry can be a really amazing sexy, cool, fun thing, but it can also be very bad for you.
So it seems like this divorce has put Kelly through a lot, but hey, what doesn't kill her makes her stronger and more likely to make new music, which is good for us.
Yes!
But actually, this got me thinking, since we all love a good burn song, what are the best burns of all time? Here's my top 3. At number 1, You're So Vain by Carly Simon.
You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain.
Coming in at number 2, You've Lost That Love Feeling by the Righteous Brothers.
You've lost that love feeling, now it's gone.
And at number 3, we've got the 90s angst anthem, Yeah, 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 Oughta Know by Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, 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 oughta know.
But who knows? After Kelly releases her new music, maybe one of those burns will make it into my top 3. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. We'll be right back.
Florida House Bill 999 is causing a stir on social media. Multiple viral posts claim the bill could ban historically Black and Latino fraternities and sororities, as well as other multicultural organizations from college campuses in the state. But is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are Florida House Bill 999, Florida State Representative Alex Andrade, and Joe Cohn, Legislative and Policy Director at the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression. The part of the bill that is raising concerns is on page 12. It says that colleges and universities in Florida would not be able to use state funds to, quote, promote, support, or maintain any programs or campus activities that espouse diversity, equity, and inclusion, or promote or engage in political or social activism. The Florida State Representative who introduced the bill, Alex Andrade, says it would not ban historically Black or other student-led multicultural organizations from colleges and universities in the state. Joe Cohn, the Legislative and Policy Director at the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, agrees.
It isn't going to ban student organizations that are associated with minority groups.
But Cohn says it does limit the types of events that these student-led organizations can use state university funds for. For example, under HB 999, if any student-led organization hosts a talk on race relations, they wouldn't be allowed to use university funds to help cover the costs, but they could host the event using their own money. So we can verify, no, House Bill 999 will not ban historically Black fraternities and sororities from Florida universities, but it would limit their ability to use state funding. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
The toilet, or what is it?
It's a
Oh, so Steph, you don't know that. It's a shade to block.
So rude. It is so rude.
Write down the time and date. Use that one for our reel. All right. Welcome back. Did Emily Ratajkowski break the so-called girl code? Some tabloids are reporting that Olivia Wilde feels betrayed by Emily for hooking up with Olivia's ex, Harry Styles. The two women seem to be friendly at an Oscars party earlier this month. Not a big deal, right? Just sitting next to each other. As we mentioned, Emily and Harry were spotted making out on the streets of Tokyo last weekend. But get this, a resurfaced TikTok video shows the two women at Harry's concert in Paris last summer, proving they're more than just acquaintances.
Not really.
Steph.
Okay, if they were like true girlfriends hanging out, going around each other's houses and stuff, then absolutely, that's a big violation. Do not do it. But as celebrities, you do get paid to attend concerts, red carpet events, and you're just sat next to anyone because they want certain faces to be associated at those events. So if it's that, I'm like, Emily, go for it, babe, you've done nothing wrong. But if they are legitimately friends, which I'm unsure about, that's really, really bad.
I thought the same thing, and then I did a little digging, and I know what you mean, because you can just be sat anywhere.
Exactly.
But during the Me Too movement, Emily Ratajkowski became a very strong feminist and went to many marches and became sort of an advocate, right? Mm-hmm. And so did Olivia Wilde, and that circle gets even smaller. So there's this weird thing that I thought they were in the same circle because of that group of people.
But were they ever pictured together? Were they ever rallying together? Were they ever on each other's like podcasts? Or do you know what I mean?
I just still think it's really bad.
You guys are like given a lot more rope than I would.
Yeah, I don't think it's okay no matter what.
Honestly,
right?
like, it's just like, I haven't hung out with everybody in this studio one-on-one or in a party setting, but I know who their partners are.
Yeah.
And there'd be no reason for me to contact their partner except to do something semi-shady. There is a thick black line right here that you do not cross. There's no reason for you to ever have somebody else's partner's information, because this can happen. There is a code, and I just think you just don't violate it.
No, I agree. There is a code, and obviously none of us would ever even dream of going into that area, right? Of course not. But I just think in the world of celebrity, we see so many people that are paid to be seen next to each other. The relationship isn't even real. I mean, look at Brad Pitt and Angelina and Jennifer Anderson. They were initially put together for a PR stunt, and then it turned into something, right?
Well, no, they were in the movie together.
No, that's Angelina. She's saying Jenny.
Oh, sorry.
So we see that many times where people are placed, like we just saw, this is a concert and everyone's there, and Kim Kardashian's there, and she didn't know the lyrics, and she's there because she's part of the Skims campaign. So I think we do see that a lot. So that's the only bit of leeway I'm giving her. If they have a genuine and sincere friendship or know each other, then obviously, Emily, that's really shameful. Like, there's a million fish in the sea, and she can go out with absolutely anybody.
And there's rumors she's begging for forgiveness that I've read. Just rumors.
By who? Who said I'm begging for forgiveness? And there was, a source in the Daily Mail tells us that Olivia's devastated, but Olivia's not given any kind of comment. So how can it be that if she's given no comment?
I'm kind of leaning towards, I was on your side in the beginning, and I kind of leaning towards yours now. It might just be like they're pinning them against each other.
This is the only thing I'll say, and this is going against what I said and kind of agreeing with Steph. I will say this: there is in the world of celebrity a much smaller pool
for sure.
to date
I
from.
agree with
So
that.
I do get that. But find somebody else in the pool that's not your homegirl's ex.
But are they homegirls? I don't know.
All right. Speaking of homegirls, I think good job, Steph. Katy Perry has been sober for 5 weeks. During a cocktail, did you get mad because I complimented Steph?
Not at all. I'm moving on, and something happened. Keep
Jeff,
going.
pull the shade.
Get back on me. There we go. Okay. All right. During a cocktail event in New York City, Katy told People magazine that she and her partner Orlando Bloom have a pact to not drink alcohol for 3 months. I like that.
Cool.
She says she's over it, but stayed sober. She stayed sober and ordered a non-alcoholic drink. So she's going to continue for the 3 months.
That's great.
I like it.
That's what you do. You like to deprive of yourself to like hone in your skill, right?
Yeah, but that's him.
What's
what
wrong
does
with
that have to do with her?
Katy Perry's probably the same kind of personality trait that he has. Something about him is he likes to take it away, and that somehow makes you feel stronger. I don't want to speak for you, but am I right?
Yeah, thanks.
But would you do that with Jordan?
Oh,
If she wasn't eating cheese for 3 months?
Yeah, I think it's easier to do it with your partner rather than
you've got some
I'm going to have some drinks on the weekend. I know you're not drinking, sorry.
Yeah.
If you do it together, I think it's a little bit easier. And I like to do that stuff. You appreciate it more once you come out the other side.
Steph, you got a partner?
No, I definitely would do that, for sure. For sure. I think it's so much easier when you've got someone who holds you accountable. Like if you're going to the gym and one of you doesn't feel like it and the other one's like, we've got to go, it makes you go. So having a bit of support, teamwork.
Make the dream work. We'll be right back.
Everyone wants to know that their money is safe, but recent developments in the banking industry prompted a lot of questions. Several people emailed us asking, do credit unions insure deposits the same way as traditional banks? Let's verify. Our sources are Georgia's Department of Banking and Finance, Dan Berger with the National Association of Federally Insured Credit Unions, and Rohan Ganduri, Assistant Professor of Finance at Emory University's Gosweda Business School. Ganduri explains that unlike traditional banks, credit unions are not-for-profit financial institutions.
Any profits that the credit union makes will eventually trickle down to the members in terms of lower interest rates or lower fees and those kinds of things.
As for insurance, in a traditional bank, your money is insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC. In a credit union, it's insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Both organizations are backed by the federal government to cover any amount up to $250,000. Amounts above $250,000 in a single account are not insured.
Well, those are usually business accounts, but typically that doesn't occur very often at credit unions, so 91% of the entire industry is insured.
Ganduri says there are a few traditional banks the FDIC doesn't insure. All federally chartered credit unions and the overwhelming majority of state chartered credit unions are insured. The Georgia Department of Banking and Finance tells us that some states allow credit unions to offer private insurance, but not here in Georgia. So we can verify that, like traditional banks, the vast majority of deposits in credit unions are insured through organizations that are backed by the federal government.
People across the country are sending messages of condolences, including U.S. senators like Ted Cruz, who posted this on Twitter. A viral tweet claims that before this, Cruz had a habit of posting one particular message on Twitter following mass shootings. In fact, it accuses him of using the exact same language after 12 different shootings, changing only the location of the attack. But is this image real? Let's verify. Our sources are Cruz's Twitter account and the Internet Archive. The first tweet you see in this image at the top left, that one is real. It's what Cruz posted after a shooter killed 19 kids and 2 teachers in Uvalde, Texas, and it's still up on his Twitter account now. But the rest of these tweets are nowhere to be found. Using advanced search on Twitter, we can see this is the only tweet on his account using this language. We also used the Internet Archive to see if he posted the other tweets and later deleted them, and it's clear that's not the case either. For instance, on the day a shooter killed 23 people in an El Paso Walmart, Cruz posted these 3 messages about the attack. None of them used the language from the viral tweet. And the tweets in the viral image have timestamps, times the archive shows Cruz didn't tweet. We did similar searches on the days of the other shootings referenced in the viral tweet with the same result. So we can verify, no, Ted Cruz did not post identical messages after 12 different mass shootings. The tweet at the top left is real, and the rest are fake. A spokesman for Cruz also confirmed only the Uvalde tweet is authentic. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
Welcome back. If you're planning on remodeling your guest bathroom, we've got some tips to make sure your guests love it. We're talking about it in today's tips, sponsored by Jacuzzi. You can replace pedestal sinks with a small space vanity sink. This way you can store extra towels and toiletry for your guests without taking up extra space. Also put a large mirror in the bathroom so guests can easily get ready. This is especially important for when you have multiple guests or a couple staying with you. If you want to start your remodel, Jacuzzi can help you do it the right way. Jacuzzi offers a unmatched stress-free remodeling process. Visit jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-523-1523. Nice coat of paint.
It's got your name on it, hasn't it? You love a bit of DIY, building stuff at home.
A little fresh paint, some new towels.
You built a mud room.
Whole new look.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by that. I bring it up a lot. I'm impressed by your mud room.
Well, I'll help you, buddy, whenever you want.
Yeah.
We'll do a mud room together.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
That's free.